Hi students, welcome in today's lecture. We have started our topic cell unit of life from Bio 1, and in this or from this topic in our previous lecture we have seen the structure of the prokaryotic cell. In this prokaryotic cell, we have discussed some important point that this prokaryotic cell has very primitive nucleus. In the cytoplasm of the prokaryotic cell, these cell organelles are absent. The genetic material which of the present in this prokaryotic cell is of the primitive, that is called as a nucleoid. Here the examples which we have discussed from these prokaryotic cells are the bacteria, blue-green algae, then mycoplasma and PPLO. Here we have also seen that plasmid is the extra chromosomal DNA of the prokaryotic cell, and this plasmid is responsible for antibiotic resistance to the bacteria, as well as this plasmid acts as a carrier for the genetic element in the genetic engineering. So here we have completed the prokaryotic cells structure up to the plasmid point, and now in today's lecture we are going to discuss another important point from this prokaryotic cell, that is the cell envelope and its modification. So next point is the cell envelope. And its modifications. Then what is mean by cell envelope? Cell, you have studied the structure of the cell. This cell has the covering outside its surface, that is called as a cell envelope. Envelope means the covering which are present on the cell. And here we have to study which are the different cell coverings or cell envelope present in the prokaryotic cell, particularly in the bacterial cell, and their modification, how they are modified into different prokaryotic cells. So again here we will draw the diagram of the prokaryotic cell, which is, we have to only draw this diagram to see the different cell envelope structure. Okay, suppose imagine this is the cell of the prokaryotic. Okay, this is the prokaryotic cell. Here we are going to discuss the cell envelope. So we have to see that the innermost layer of the cell, which is close to the cytoplasm of the cell. Suppose imagine this is the diagram of bacterial cell. This is the diagram of bacterial cell. So the innermost layer of the bacterial cell, which is very close to the inside fluid matrix or the cytoplasm of the cell, because here we call it as a cytoplasm of the cell. So near the cytoplasm the cell envelope is present, and that is nothing but we call it as a plasma membrane. We call it as a plasma membrane or the cell membrane. Okay, outside the plasma membrane another envelope is present in this bacterial cell, which is an example of this prokaryotic cell, and that envelope we call it as the cell wall. We call it as a cell wall. And outermost envelope of this prokaryotic cell is the glycocalyx. So it is the outermost covering. And this outermost covering is called as glycocalyx. So here we are discussing the cell envelope. So first point is that which cell envelope is present in prokaryotic cell. If we label it from inside to outside or from outside to inside, then labels are like this. Innermost layer is called as plasma membrane. Around the plasma membrane cell wall is present, and outside the cell wall the glycocalyx is present. So if the question is asked for NEET exam, that is which are the cell envelope in the prokaryotic cell from inner to outside, then you have to write the answer like plasma membrane, cell wall and the glycocalyx. But the question is asked from outer to inner, then we have to write glycocalyx, cell wall and then innermost is the plasma membrane. So it is very important that cell envelope in the prokaryotic cells are nothing but the surface covering of the cell or the outer covering of the cell, and which are the plasma membrane, cell wall and the glycocalyx. Okay, now we have to see the function of each cell envelope and how it gets modified into different prokaryotic cells. Before that, we have to see that the bacteria which we have taken the example of the prokaryotic cell, these bacteria are mainly divided into two groups. These bacteria are mainly divided into two groups. No doubt, in the biological classification, we have seen that the bacteria are of two types, Archaebacteria and Eubacteria. But see here, this is not a classification that we are going to discuss here about the bacteria. These bacteria are divided into two groups on the basis of the modification on the cell envelope, on the basis of modification in the cell envelope, as well as on the basis of the staining procedure. On the basis of the staining procedure, because one of the scientists is there whose name is Graham. One of the scientists is there whose name is Graham. This scientist made a staining procedure, and according to this procedure, some bacteria who stains by the Gram stainings are called as Gram positive bacteria, while some bacteria which do not take the Gram stain are called as Gram negative bacteria. So see here, bacteria are divided into two types according to the staining procedure of the Gram. म्हणजे काय, ग्रॅम या सायंटिस्टने एक स्टेनिंग प्रोसिजर तयार केली. काही बॅक्टेरिया, स्टेनिंग मीन्स व्हॉट, कलरिंग एजंट, बरोबर आहे की कलर जर त्या बॅक्टेरियामधून घेतला तर तो बॅक्टेरिया कलरफुल दिसणार आहे. तो कलर त्या बॅक्टेरियाने ऍक्सेप्ट नाही केला तर तो बॅक्टेरिया काय दिसणार आहे, कलरलेस दिसणार आहे. सो ग्रॅम डेव्हलप अ स्टेनिंग प्रोसिजर. अकॉर्डिंग टू दॅट सम बॅक्टेरिया गेट कलर्ड बाय दॅट ग्रॅम स्टेनिंग, they are called as gram positive bacteria, but some bacteria do not get colored by that gram staining are called as gram negative bacteria. So according to the gram staining procedure, there are two types of bacteria. One type is called as gram positive bacteria and another type is called as gram negative bacteria. Okay, so here we have to see that there are two types of bacteria, mainly according to the gram staining procedure, positive bacteria, negative bacteria. Positive means they take the stains of the gram, so gram positive. Negative means they do not take the stains of gram, so it is gram negative. Okay, this is the first thing, that is there are two types of bacteria according to the staining procedure of the gram. Okay, here we are discussing the cell envelope, and in that we have to see the role of each cell envelope. See here we have see that these are the cell envelope, but even though the cell envelope has a different structure, different composition, different function, but they all together acts as a protective unit. Because if we are going to discuss in detail the cell envelope, then you will find that the plasma membrane has different function, cell wall has a different function, glycocalyx has different function. Even though they have different function, even though they have different composition, but all together, that means plasma membrane, cell wall and the glycocalyx together acts as a protective unit. That means the main function of all this cell membrane is give the protection to this bacterial cell. Okay, so first outer covering or the outer cell envelope that here we are going to discuss is the glycocalyx. So see carefully this figure, because by this figure we can easily identify the different types of the cell covering or the cell envelope. So here we will discuss first the covering of the prokaryotic cell, and that is the glycocalyx. first thing about the glycocalyx is that this glycocalyx is the outermost cell envelope. It is the outermost cell envelope. Okay, this glycocalyx is again of two types. One is called as slime layer and another one is called as capsule. That means these glycocalyx are of two types. That means, see here, when this glycocalyx is present in the form of loose sheet, okay, when glycocalyx is present in the form of loose sheet, then it is called as slime layer. And when this glycocalyx is present in the form of thick, tough covering, then it is called as capsule. So these two words are very important. Slime layer and capsule. Again here we write these glycocalyx are of two types. One is called as slime layer and another one is called as capsule. So here very important thing is that if we see the outermost, this is a bacterial cell, okay, and now we are discussing only the outermost covering glycocalyx. When this glycocalyx is present in the form of loose covering, means एखादा डबा घेतला आपण तर डब्याचं जे टोपन जे असते, कवरिंग जे असते, वरचं लीड जे असते ते लूज असू शकतं की नाही, इझिली तो डबा आपल्याला ओपन करता येतो. जर लूज कवरिंग असेल तर त्याला आपण म्हणणार आहे स्लाइम लेयर. पण तेच डब्याचं टोपन अतिशय घट्ट असेल, पटकन निघत नसेल, खूप प्रयत्न करावे लागत असतील ते डब्याचं टोपन काढत असताना, तर त्याला तुम्ही काय म्हणणार आहात, कॅप्सूल. सो हियर द very important point in between this capsule and slime layer is that both are the types of the glycocalyx, no doubt, but this slime layer is in the form of loose covering. They can easily separated from the bacteria, okay, but the capsule is the another part of the glycocalyx, is another type of glycocalyx which is present in the form of very thick, tough covering, which is not easily separated from this bacterial cell. See here in the NCERT there is not given the function of this glycocalyx, but in majority of the bacteria, the function of that particularly glycocalyx is gives the protection to the bacteria, no doubt. But capsule, which is the type of the glycocalyx, is mainly responsible for the pathogenicity. So here you have to know the functions of this glycocalyx. The functions of this glycocalyx. First function of the glycocalyx is it gives protection. It gives protection to the cell, no doubt, because it is the outermost covering and outermost layer of the cell is always facing different environmental stress, different outer stress. That's why it gives protection to the cell. So it is the first function of this glycocalyx. And second function is that if we consider only the capsule part, okay, if we consider only the capsule part, means here you have to know that some bacteria has the slime layer and some bacteria has the capsule. Is it clear? Some bacteria have the capsule while some bacteria have the slime layer, which is the form of glycocalyx. Means not all bacteria have slime layer as well as capsule. म्हणजे काही बॅक्टेरियामध्ये तुम्हाला कॅप्सूल फॉर्म पाहायला मिळेल ग्लायकोकॅलिक्सचा, काही बॅक्टेरियामध्ये काय पाहायला मिळेल, स्लाइम लेयर पाहायला मिळेल. दोन्ही एकत्र तुम्हाला पाहायला मिळणार नाहीत. इट इज अ व्हेरिएशन ऑफ दिस ग्लायकोकॅलिक्स. सो दोज बॅक्टेरिया which has the capsule, those bacteria which has a capsule which is the form of glycocalyx, this capsule gives pathogenicity to that bacterial cell. So second function is it gives pathogenicity, means those bacteria which has a capsule are the pathogenic, harmful bacteria, and those bacteria which do not have capsule, these are called as non-pathogenic, non-harmless bacteria. Pathogenic कोणाला म्हणायचं, जे बॅक्टेरिया डिसीज तयार करतात, रोग तयार करतात ॲनिमलमध्ये, प्लांटमध्ये, ह्युमन बिईंगमध्ये, दॅट इज कॉल्ड ॲज अ पॅथोजेनिक. ओके. आणि ती पॅथोजेनिसिटी त्या बॅक्टेरिया पुण्यामुळे येते ड्यू टू द प्रेझेन्स ऑफ दी कॅप्सूल. So keep in mind these two functions are not specially or separately given in our NCERT book, but you have to know that the functions of the glycocalyx is the protection, and capsule layer of glycocalyx gives the pathogenicity to the bacterial cell. Okay student, so here we have completed the first cell envelope, which is called as glycocalyx. You should know the important point from the glycocalyx for NEET point of view, that is, it is the outermost covering. This glycocalyx is present either in the loose sheet, which we call as a slime layer, or they may be present in the thick tough layer, which is called as a capsule. If capsule is present in that bacteria is called as pathogenic, or if capsule is not present, that bacteria is called as non-pathogenic. And overall the functions of this glycocalyx is protection and gives pathogenicity to the bacterial cell. Okay. Now the next layer of the next cell envelope of this prokaryotic cell is the cell wall, which is innermost, or we may say that it is the middle layer or middle cell envelope of the bacterial cell. This cell wall in the biological classification, we have already seen that the cell wall is an important constituent of the bacterial cell, as well as of the plant cell, as well as of the fungi. This cell wall is totally absent in the animal cell, and the cell wall may be present or the absent in the protista group. Okay, so all Monera have the cell wall like the plant cell. So this is the cell wall. Where the cell wall is present? It is present inner to glycocalyx, or may we say that outer to plasma membrane. Okay, so these are the 2 points, may be present outside the plasma membrane or may be present inner to glycocalyx. What is the role of this cell wall? Or we may say that it is present middle in between the glycocalyx and the plasma membrane. So there is no special structure of the cell wall is there, but see here, this cell wall has, directly we have to see the functions of the cell wall, that is, this cell wall gives shape to the cell. So what is the function? It gives shape to the cell. It may be bacterial cell, maybe PPLO, maybe glutinate, but we have seen that mycoplasma, even though it is an example, mycoplasma is an example of the prokaryotic cell, it is without any membrane. So cell wall is absent in this mycoplasma. This question is always asked for NEET point of view. Here the cell wall present in the bacterial cell or in the glutinology or in the PPLO gives definite shape to the cell. Means the overall the structure of the cell or the shape of the cell is due to the only cell wall. Like in the animal, there is a skeleton present inside the body of animal, and that skeleton gives specific shape to that organism. Our skeleton gives specific shape to our body. Like that, that cell wall gives specific shape to the cell of the prokaryotic cell. And the second function is that if the cell wall or that cell wall gives not only the shape to the cell, but it will also prevent the bacterial cell from collapsing or bursting the cell. So prevent collapsing or bursting of the cell. What is meant by collapsing or the bursting of the cell? That means here that bacteria due to the cell wall do not break down, do not collapse and do not burst. तुटत नाही किंवा ब्रेकडाउन होत नाही, because there is the outermost rigid covering is present in that bacteria, in that prokaryotic cell, and that is nothing but the cell wall. Okay, here we have seen the second most cell envelope, and do you remember that The composition of the cell wall is nothing but it is made up of the polysaccharide, okay, that we have seen in the biological classification. That is not here required, but you should know that while discussing the cell unit of life topic, you have to again remember those points that we have discussed in the biological classification. Then there will be linking in between this kingdom Monera and the bacterial structure. Okay, now here the next innermost layer or innermost cell envelope to the bacterial cell and the prokaryotic cell is the plasma membrane. So third one, and innermost layer is called as plasma membrane. This plasma membrane is also called as the cell membrane. It is also called as the plasma lemma. Where it is present? So it is the innermost layer of the cell. It is in direct contact with the cytoplasm. It has direct contact with cytoplasm. This plasma membrane is semi-permeable in nature. That means innermost layer we have seen in the diagram is the plasma membrane. This plasma membrane is in direct contact with cytoplasm. That means outside world of that cell or that whole cells contain is called as cytoplasm, where all the cellular activities of that bacterial cell, that prokaryotic cell takes place. That cytoplasm is in direct contact with this plasma membrane. So no doubt any material which is present in the cytoplasm goes outside the cell and it first come in contact with the plasma membrane. म्हणजे सेल मध्ये जे काही कंटेंट असेल, आयन्स असतील, वॉटर मॉलिक्यूल असतील, डिफरंट सबस्टन्सेस असतील, जर त्यांना एका सेलमधून दुसऱ्या सेलमध्ये पास व्हायचं असेल तर पहिल्यांदा तो सबस्टन्स कुणाच्या कॉन्टॅक्टमध्ये येणार आहे, प्लाझ्मा मेम्ब्रेनच्या. देन in the cell wall and then to the glycocalyx. So first layer which is in direct contact with the cytoplasmic content is the plasma membrane. But see here, the nature of the plasma membrane is semi-permeable. Semi means half and permeability means the movement from one part to the another. What is the role of this plasma membrane in the prokaryotic cell? This plasma membrane, suppose here again we will draw the diagram. This is cytoplasm and this is plasma membrane. Any substance which moves outside the cell is first coming in contact with this plasma membrane, okay? Or any substance which comes from outside to inside the cell, it first comes in contact with glycocalyx, then cell wall, and then in the plasma membrane. So it is the main membrane which allows the substances moves out or come in the cell, okay? And the nature of that plasma membrane is the semi-permeable. That means we do not allow all the substances from the cell to move outside, or all the substances from outside to the cell, because it allows only typical some molecules only come inside the cell or goes outside the cell, okay? Not allows all the molecule. ही प्लाझ्मा मेम्ब्रेन सगळ्याच मॉलिक्यूलना सेलमध्ये एंट्री करून देत नाही किंवा सेलमधून सगळ्याच मॉलिक्यूलला बाहेर जाऊन देत नाही. ठराविक मॉलिक्यूलला, ठराविक पार्टिकलला ते आत एंट्री करून देते सेलच्या किंवा सेलमधून बाहेर जाऊन देते. दॅट इज द नेचर ऑफ द प्लाझ्मा मेम्ब्रेन and it is called as semi-permeability in nature. Okay, semi-permeability म्हणजे काय? It allows only selective molecules to go inside the cell or to go outside the cell. That's what is called as a semi-permeable nature. Okay, so here we have completed the cell envelope, that is the glycocalyx, cell wall and the plasma membrane. Now again we have to see here their modification. So which modifications are found in the cell envelope of a prokaryotic cell in a typical bacterial cell? So here again we are drawing one figure, and that is called as, so suppose this is the bacterial cell. We have labeled it as plasma membrane. This plasma membrane shows extension into the cytoplasm here. And these extensions are nothing but the mesosomes. These extensions are nothing but the mesosomes. Here we are discussing the modification of the cell envelope. No doubt we have seen just now that the plasma membrane is the cell envelope of the prokaryotic cell. So this plasma membrane shows the modification in the form of mesosome. And how these mesosomes are found in the prokaryotic cell? So here we are discussing the next part of the prokaryotic cell under the title cell envelope and its modification. And what is mesosome? Mesosome is nothing but the extension in the cytoplasm of the plasma membrane. प्लाझ्मा मेम्ब्रेन सायटोप्लाझम मध्ये काही एक्सटेंशन तयार करते, that is called as the mesosome. And these mesosomes are present in the bacterial cell in the form of three structures. Those are called as the vesicles, tubules, and lamellae. Vesicle, tubules, and lamellae. That means vesicles means the such structure we find. These are called as the vesicles of the mesosome. Tubules means you will find that tubular structure is there. That is called as the tubules. And the lamellae means here if we find this mesosome in such a structure, then we call it as a lamellae. Okay. So, inside the bacterial cell, the plasma membrane shows extension. That extension we are called as mesosome. That extension is variable in different bacterial cells. In some bacterial cells, mesosomes are found in the form of vesicle. In some bacterial cells, mesosomes are found in the form of tubular structure, or in some bacterial cells, these mesosomes are found in the form of lamellae. So these are the various forms of the mesosome which are present in the bacterial cell. Now we have to see what is the function of this mesosome and how these mesosomes are involved in different functions for this bacterial cell. So here in the NCERT, some functions of the mesosomes are given, and it includes, that means here first function of the mesosome is given, and that is it is involved in the cell wall formation. So first function of this mesosome is that it is involved in cell wall formation. That means the middle covering of the cell, inner to glycocalyx or outside the plasma membrane, is the cell wall, and that cell wall is formed by this mesosome. So it is the first function. Second one is replication of DNA. Replication of DNA and its distribution to daughter cell. What is meant by replication of DNA? DNA synthesis. DNA त्याच्या अनेक कॉपीज बनवतं नवीन, त्याला म्हणतो आपण सिंथेसिस ऑफ डीएनए और रेप्लिकेशन ऑफ डीएनए. त्यामुळे जो काही डीएनए बॅक्टेरियल सेल मध्ये आहे त्याच्या मेनी कॉपीज तयार होणार आहेत, मल्टिपल कॉपीज तयार होणार आहेत. दॅट इज कॉल्ड ॲज द रेप्लिकेशन ऑफ डीएनए. आणि तयार झालेल्या मल्टिपल कॉपीज कुठे सप्लाय होणार आहेत? नवीन डॉटर सेलला. फॉर एक्झाम्पल सी हियर, दिस इज द बॅक्टेरियल सेल. it has its genetic material. Okay, this is called as the DNA of this cell or the bacterial cell. When this cell divide into two cells by the process of cell division. Okay, so here again you will find that these are the daughter cells. Okay, these are the daughter cells. These daughter cells are formed by the division of this parent cell. Okay, here the original, this cell has this genetic material DNA, but when this cell is going to divide, it has to develop the new copies of DNA, and here this DNA undergoes synthesis or the replication, and it forms another copies of DNA, and that another copies of DNA get distributed into new daughter cells. Here the distribution of this DNA or replication of this DNA and distribution into the daughter cell is the function of this mesosome. So here we are given that replication of DNA means synthesis of this DNA, many copies of this DNA is carried out, and many copies of the DNA get distributed into this daughter cell. It is the function of the mesosome. Then the next function of the mesosome is that they also help in the respiration. Okay, they also help in respiration. No doubt prokaryotic cells are the primitive cells. They do not have any special respiratory cell organelle, because we have seen that very primitive cell is there, no single cell organelle is there, because in eukaryotic cell there are special cell organelle which are responsible for respiration. For example, mitochondria is there in eukaryotic cell which is involved in the process of respiration, but no such mitochondria are found in the prokaryotic cell. So respiration process, that means intake of O2 and giving out of CO2 inside the cell, which takes place only with the help of this mesosome. So mesosome carries out respiration process. Then fourth function is, it is also involved in the secretion process. Secretion means any secretion. Secretion means what? Any material which is secreted outside the cell. Okay, that is called as a secretion process. That is also carried out by this mesosome. Then fifth function is, it increase surface area of plasma membrane, and it increase enzyme content. See students, these are very important points that we are going to discuss, that is the functions of the mesosome. What is mesosome? Mesosome is a modification of the plasma membrane which is in the form of extension, which is present in the cytoplasm of this prokaryotic cell or the bacterial cell, and here we have given the important functions of the mesosome. Number of times the question is asked for NEET point of view on the questions of the mesosome. So you have to see that overall 6 functions of the mesosomes are there, and we have to remember all the functions for the NEET point of view. Which function here given? First function is that mesosomes is involved in the cell wall formation, which is a cell anomaly. Replication or synthesis of DNA and their distribution into the daughter cell is another function of this mesosome. Respiration, which is a natural physiological process of the bacterial cell or all living cell, which is carried out by this mesosome. Secretion process, some material which is not required to the cell is secreted outside the cell, that is also the function of the mesosome. Increase the surface area of the plasma membrane. There is a area increase or surface area of the plasma membrane get increased due to the presence of the mesosome. And the last function is that increase enzyme content, because enzymes which are present in the cytoplasm of the cell, which are very essential because it acts as a biocatalyst which increase the metabolic activity of the cell, and this enzyme content is also increased due to this mesosome. So overall there are about 6 functions are there which are under the title mesosome. So for theory point of view also, if the question is asked that give the functions of the mesosome, then you have to write this function for the theory. And also for need point of view, read carefully all the functions of the mesosome. Now students, here another important extension or the modification of the cell envelope that we are going to see in the blue-green algae. Okay, so here we have seen the modification of the plasma membrane in the form of mesosome in the bacteria. Now here another modification that we see in the blue-green algae. So if the question is asked that mesosome is the modification of, then you have to write the answer only bacteria. It is not present in the blue-green algae or the mycoplasma or the PPLO. Okay. Now the second modification of the cell envelope that we are going to discuss only in blue-green algae, and that is in the form of chromatophore. So the next point is that like the second modification which we call as a chromatophore. Okay, and it is found in the cyanobacteria. Cyanobacteria, which is also called as blue-green algae. This cyanobacteria we have seen an example of the eubacteria. Here cyanobacteria has again the membranous extension into the cytoplasm, and that extension is called as chromatophore, and this chromatophore contain the pigments. This chromatophore contain the pigments. So you know that these cyanobacteria are the photosynthetic. They carry out their own food with the help of some pigments, and those pigments which are required for photosynthetic activity to that cyanobacteria are present in their chromatophore. Okay, so again question will be asked for need point of view, that is chromatophore is the modification of the cell envelope found in, then answer is of the blue-green algae or the cyanobacteria. Okay, next point, mesosome is the modification of the cell envelope found in the bacteria. Functions of mesosome we have seen, but importance of chromatophore is that the trick is that chromo means the pigment. Okay, so this chromatophore has a different type of pigments. All these pigments are essential for photosynthetic activity of this blue-green algae. So here we have see that there are two important modifications of the cell envelope. One is mesosome found in bacteria, and another one is the chromatophore found in the cyanobacteria. Okay students, so here we have completed the point cell envelope. Now the third point that here we are going to discuss is the flagella. So flagella is another third modification which you will find in the prokaryotic cell. No doubt, cell envelope means only 3 points you have to remember: glycocalyx, cell wall, and the plasma membrane. And if you have asked the question modification, under the modification of cell envelope, first one is mesosome that we have discussed, second one is the chromatophore that we have discussed, and third modification that is called as the flagella. Okay, then another modification is called as pili, and third modification is called as fimbriae. So see here, you should know which are the modifications of the cell envelope and which are actually cell envelope. Modification again we revise: mesosome, chromatophores, flagella, pili, fimbriae. These are the modifications of the cell envelope. What is modification? Modification means that cell envelope again gives further another structure that we call as a modification. Plasma membrane gives mesosome, plasma membrane gives the chromatophore, from cell wall flagella is there, from cell wall pili will be there, from cell wall fimbriae will be there. These are the modifications of this cell envelope. So students, don't confuse in between cell envelope and the modifications of the cell. Okay, so now here we'll discuss the first modification, and that is called as the flagella. Okay, so here what is meant by flagella? Flagella is nothing but the thin membranous extension from the cell wall. Okay, so again here see the structure of the bacterial cell. Okay, this one is the outermost covering. Okay, so very important point is that this is the cell wall, and from the cell wall you can observe, the thin membranous extension, and that membranous extension is called as flagella. So first point is very important, that from which cell envelope flagella arise? Flagella arise from this cell wall. It is very important. For NEET point of view, the question is asked that which cell envelope form the flagella? It is the cell wall. How the structure of flagella is there? This flagella is in the form of thin membranous structure. अतिशय थ्रेड सारखं असं स्ट्रक्चर तुम्हाला सेल वॉल पासून पाहायला मिळतं. But this flagella has important function is that if the bacteria has flagella, then those bacteria is called as motile bacteria, and if bacteria do not have flagella, then that bacteria is called as non-motile bacteria. So the important thing is that this flagella is responsible for locomotion of the bacteria. So what is the function of this flagella? The function of this flagella is that it is responsible for locomotion. It is responsible for the locomotion or the movement of bacteria. So here we have written that if flagella is there, that bacteria is called as motile. If flagella is not present there, that bacteria is called as non-motile. Okay, so main function of the flagella is the locomotion or the motility of the bacteria. And from which cell envelope this flagella arises? This flagella arises from the outermost covering or the envelope which is present in between middle, that is called as the cell wall. Okay, and see, if we see the structure of the flagella, which is not given in our book, but you should know the different parts of this cell wall. So here we have to see that this cell wall, if we enlarge it under the electron microscope, or if you observe it under the electron microscope, then you will find that this part is called as filament. This one is called as hook. This is called as basal body, which is generally attached to the cell wall. Okay, here we are discussing the ultrastructure of this flagella. And what we have seen here, this flagella has three important parts: filament, hook, and basal bottom. Okay, if the question is asked that for NEET point of view, which is not a part of flagella, then you should know first the parts of flagella. Flagella has three parts, that is called as filament, hook, and the basal body, which is directly attached to the cell wall. Okay, this structure of the flagella you have to not draw because it is not given in our book. When we observe the flagella under the electron microscope, then you can observe the structure of the flagella. So it is ultra microscopic structure of the flagella, but you should know the parts of flagella and you can understand easily this part of flagella by observing this diagram. That's why I have drawn here. If you require this figure, you can also draw it in your notebook to easily understand the parts of this flagella. Okay, so here flagella means envelope. Cell wall has the modification. Flagella has three parts: filament, hook and the basal body. Flagella's main function is that it is involved for the locomotion. If flagella is present in that bacteria is called as motile bacteria, and if flagella is not present, that bacteria is called as non-bacteria. So students, in today's lecture we have seen the part that is called as cell envelope and its modification up to the flagella only, because another two modifications, that is pili and fimbriae, that we are going to discuss in the next lecture. But remember that up to this flagella, the very important part is that you have to revise all the cell envelope, cell wall, glycocalyx, plasma membrane and its modification up to the flagella.